That was beautiful, Brenda. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville. My name is E. Anglin, and I use any pronouns. I'm on the Welcoming Congregation Committee, among other things, and I'm glad to see everyone here. Unitarian Universalism is a religious tradition that values freedom in religious thought and journey. We uphold the unity of our interconnections, connections to each other, to all of life, and to the precious universe of which we are a part. We affirm the universality of love and hope as we journey together in community, and we welcome you, whoever you are at this moment, and wherever you are in your spiritual journey. For those of you joining us online, welcome. If you are new, please check out our website, uufayetteville.org, for more information. For those of you visiting us for the first time in person, you'll find a visitor information card in the seat back in front of you. We'd love for you to fill one out so we can get you on the email list and keep you informed of our events. We will not have joys and concerns today, but you are welcome to fill out the yellow card in the seat back in front of you and drop it in the offering basket when the offering is made. If you have need for hearing assistance, our AV tech, David, can help you with that. Please remember to silence your cell phones as we enter into our service, and thank you for being here today.
I'd like to start today with a land acknowledgement. We recognize the indigenous history of our region and on the ground, which UUFF stands. We acknowledge that our fellowship is on the unceded lands of the Osage, Cherokee, Caddo, and Quapaw nations who owned and cared for this land until white settlers drove them out. Greetings, beloveds. I have been looking forward to this service. Melly and I got to work on the Blessing of the Backpack service last year, and I'm thrilled to work with them again today to bless everyone as we go back to school and work and start the new program year. And today is a dual service. In addition to the Blessing of the Backpacks, we get to talk about books. And I know you see that there are books all around. All over. I hope you'll take a look at those. Annette and E have been working so hard on our library downstairs, which is now so beautiful and organized. In the last couple of weeks, I know that Annette has been downstairs working in the library for hours and hours and hours and hours. And earlier this year, I know that it was originally E's idea to bring our library up to the place where it is usable and accessible for everyone. And they began work and also spent hours and hours and hours. Could we offer them our gratitude? When I was young and we came back to school in the fall, our teacher would always ask us about our adventures in the summer. And to be sure, I went on many trips, spent almost every summer in DC for my dad's work, and we took other trips that on the outside looked like vacations. But because of my mother's undiagnosed insanity, these trips were pretty awful. And I dreaded them. The hotel rooms felt teensy tiny, and there was no piano. Right. You know what saved me? Books. That's right. So when my teacher asked a class about their adventures, I wouldn't mention the trips that we took because they were unhappy. So I would talk about the books that I read and the places I would go in the books. And I didn't think this was strange at all. Children are resilient, even in pretty awful circumstances. And personally, books really helped me handle my bad situation. Looking back, it is a little sad But what I know for sure is that I am lucky to be able to read. I am lucky that I had access to the books that saved me. My mother would mostly leave me alone when I was reading because she thought I was studying. I was absolutely not studying. I was sinking deep into characters from historical times, from far away, even sometimes imaginary lands, characters that were musicians or royalty, and 100% engaging. Yep, books saved me. Therefore, I loved them. I cherished them. And this began when I was really young. My dad would take me to the library on Saturday mornings, and I would return a huge stack of books I could barely carry, but I wanted to carry them. And then I would pick out and bring home a huge stack of books. Somewhere around junior high-ish, I switched to nonfiction mostly and never looked back. I still love nonfiction books and sink into them every chance I get. What is your favorite book? Tell each other. Tell me during coffee hour. I have 5 books sitting on the table beside my favorite chair in my room, and I try to read a few pages of each one every couple days. And I'm currently really enjoying a book called The Pivot Year by Brianna Wiest and Transitions by Julia Cameron. And I'd love to know what you're enjoying. Maybe you'd like to share a couple of your favorite books with our library. And we'll hear more about that later. So, I'm grateful that we're here together today, acknowledging books and this oh so important moment of going back to school or work or simply starting the new program year. Many of us brought bags today. Lots of different kinds of bags. Be it real or be it metaphor, is there something in your backpack or briefcase or purse that you've brought into this sanctuary that is weighing you down? Can we set it down? Let's set it down. Are you carrying something that is keeping you distracted or caught up in shame or guilt or fear? Can we set that down? Let's set it down. And if we need to come back to it, it will be there when we're done. But for this hour, let's just set it down and be together. Maybe your bag is empty or mostly empty, and you are seeking something wonderful to take home. Well, I think we've got it. You deserve recognition of the journey of the program year that we are all about to have. Your spiritual home, your UUFF, the love and care of this community goes with you. And a little later in the service, I hope that we'll bring up our bags, whatever bag you have, and receive a little blessing from UUFF. Come into this place with open hearts. Come into this place with a spirit that remembers its natural tenderness. Come into this place with a renewed hope, both for yourself and for the rest of us. Come into this place fully you. Will you all light the chalice, Melly and Ollie?
My favorite nonfiction book is called The Disappearing Spoon by Sam Keane. It's a story of how the periodic table was created and added to. It's way more exciting than it sounds, I promise. Also, I'm ripping my university today because leaving and going away to college, carrying my backpack during that time was a great growing time for me. Really, really awesome. please say the words that are in the screen or on the screen or in your order of service while Ollie lights the chalice for us. Love is the spirit of this community, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in truth, and to help one another. Thus do we covenant together.
Thanks, y'all. Let's rise as you are able in body or spirit and turn in your gray hymnals to number 347. This is by Jim Scott. We've had him here before in concert. This is called Gather the Spirit. Gather the Spirit, harvest the power, our separate fires will kindle one flame. Witness the mystery of this love, our hope and this light appear all the same. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Gather the spirit of heart and mind, seeds for the soul, wing are laid in store, nurtured in love and conscience refined, with body and spirit united once more. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Gather the Spirit, growing in all, drawn by the moon and fed by the sun, winter to spring and summer to fall, the chorus of life resounding as one. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Oh, it's beautiful. I love that one. You may be seated. Our story for all ages today is called Oh, the Places You Will Go. And this is by Dr. Seuss. And books take us places, don't they? Yeah. Annette and I will be delivering this for you today.
Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away.
You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy that will decide where to go.
You'll look up and down the streets, look 'em over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street.
And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town.
It's opener there in the wide open air.
Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsie as you.
And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too.
Oh, the places you'll go.
You'll be on your way. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to great heights.
You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you'll fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest.
Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't.
I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true. The bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on, and you'll be left in a lurch.
You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump. And the chances are then you'll be in a slump.
And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done.
You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and shin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win?
And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Or right and 3/4? Or maybe not quite? Or go back around and sneak in from behind? Simple? It's not, I'm afraid you will find. For a mind maker upper is to make up his mind.
You can get so confused that you start in to race down a long, wiggled road at a breaknecking pace and grind on for miles across weirdish, wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place.
Oh, for people just waiting. Waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting.
Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting.
No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape from that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where the boom bands are playing.
With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky, ready because you're that kind of a guy.
Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame. You'll be famous as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV.
Except they won't. Because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win because you'll play against you.
All alone, whether you like it or not. Alone will be something, you'll be quite a lot.
And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on.
But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go through the hack-and-cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak.
on and on you will hike. And I know you'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are.
You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact. And remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left.
And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains.
So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai, Ally, Van Allen, O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Thank you. That's a great book. Okay, has everybody got their bags? Okay, perfect. You ready?
I'm ready.
It's that time of year when a lot of people are headed back to school, and it can be filled with a lot of excitement, but it can carry nerves with it too. Okay, hang on, I'm not reading Dr. Seuss anymore. I'm like upset that it's not rhyming anymore. Okay.
It's blank verse.
Okay, so we're going back to school. It can be filled with a lot of excitement, but it can carry nerves with it too. A lot of mixed feelings for everyone, maybe you.
So the fellowship wants to show our support to all of you. What? Students and teachers, all of you future students too. This is not funny anymore. Workers, readers, all of you, by blessing your backpacks or other bags. We even brought a very special backpack right here to symbolize the blessings for everyone's backpacks and other bags that got left at home today, and for the people watching on Facebook.
We carry our bags with us for many reasons. When you hear us describe you, if you have a bag with you and you want it blessed, please go ahead and come forward, bring it forward, or send it forward with a helper, or lift it up.
Some of us take our books and homework to school in our bags.
Is that you?
If that describes you, come up here.
I think that describes some of you. You're bringing your homework in bags. Yes? Yup. Come on up. Hey, here. Yep. Good. Some of us bring our lunches or our snacks with us in bags.
Am I correct, Renee, that if they don't have their actual bag, they can bring an imaginary one with them?
Absolutely. If you don't have your actual bag and you have an imaginary bag, that's great.
Some of us take our computers and other supplies with us.
Some folks carry overnight bags from one place to the other and back again.
Some people, that's me, bring things like books or yarn and knitting needles to places where they might need to wait patiently.
By now, we see this beautiful group of people up here. Now, are your bags already full of things? Yes? No? Okay.
Do you imagine that it might get full one day? Maybe?
Okay,
Well, it's full
for
of
this
something.
blessing, then we're going to add something to your bag.
Don't worry, it won't add any weight and it won't take up any room.
May we send some of our congregation's love with you to take to school or work or on your travels. Would that be okay? Yes. Yes.
Hoping that you feel loved here on Sundays, wouldn't you like to know that our love is with you on the other days? Let's face the congregation, you already are, yay, and open your bags.
Okay, congregation, we're going to do that. Let's find some love. Take it out from wherever you store your love. And we're going to make a nice little pillow of love. Go ahead. Make a nice little, making our little pillow of love. And are you ready? Okay, those with your bags, open your bags. Now, congregation, we're going to throw the love into the bags. Ready? Throw the love into the bags. Yes. Good.
Awesome, okay. That was fun. Let's add some other things to our bags. Sometimes we get nervous when we go to school or work. Sometimes we wish we felt braver. I think it would be nice to know that our courage is with you on other days when you need it. So, same thing, get your courage from wherever your courage is. Let's make our ball of courage, big ball, little ball, lots of courage. All right, everybody ready? Hold up your bags and go. All right.
What do you wish that we could put in your bags?
A pen that always has ink in it.
So hope?
Yes.
Yes, okay, all right. So, congregation, let's ball up our hope. Are you ready? Let's throw the hope into the bags. We're throwing hope into the bags. And we also have a little tiny reminder. It's a small piece of paper with our UUFF logo on one side, and on the other it says, and it's being held shut by a paper clip that has love on it. On the other side it says, keeping love at the center of all we do is one way to be a happy UU. Oh, it's Susian again. Okay. Your spiritual home loves you. Melly, will you help put these into the bags? And then I'm going to take some of these and give them out to other people, whether you have a bag or not. Yes. 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 Thank you. Yes. No. Will you take one for Liz? Thank you. One for each of you. One for Joseph. One for Ralph. Melly's going to get the rest of y'all. I'm going to pass one to Brenda. Yes, it's dear one. Yes, absolutely. Carol. Hi. Yes. Any other bags? Yes, you're so welcome. Perfect. Hi. You're so welcome. We can pass that one down. There's one for you. Yay. There's one for you. I ran out. I have to get a couple more. Y'all may be seated when you get your little blessings. If I've forgotten anybody, don't leave here today without getting one of these. Please. Have you got one?
I do.
You do.
Okay. Your, your bag might not look any different or feel any different, but the next time you use your bag, we hope you'll remember that we've added our blessings. And remember,
The spirit of life is with you at work or school.
this congregation cares about what happens to you at work or at school.
If you need more love or courage, you can ask us for more, and we'll share ours. Thanks, y'all. It is now time for our, E's gonna give us.
The important work of this fellowship is possible because of your generous contributions of time, talent, and treasure. Every contribution of every size is helpful and appreciated. As we pass the offering baskets, we invite you to share financially. If you prefer, you may give at our website, by texting online, or mailing checks to our office. Would you please bring the baskets forward? Thank you.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Annette Lewis. I've been a member of UUFF since I moved here from Ashland, Oregon in November of 2021. Why am I standing in front of you? Well, this morning, I want to tell you about our downstairs library and how it's been newly reorganized and how you can use it, and why there are books in your chairs and what to do with them. I'll start with why there are books in your chairs. I wanted you to see the range of kids' books that are available that we have. Now, I'm going to tell you, so if you see that there are books all around you, well, grab them up and flip through them. I think you can look at them as you're listening to me. So just grab up those books and start flipping through them and see what you can see. Now, Raise your hand if you've never been downstairs in this building. Anyone who's never been downstairs in this building? Okay, not too many. I'm going to really quickly tell you that my aim is that no one will leave today without having been downstairs in this building. So I'm going to tell you how to get there, because that's where the library is that I'm going to be talking to you about. There are 3 ways. There's stairs in the lobby. You can just go down those stairs, but be really careful and hold on to the handrail. But you can also go out the front door, turn right, then right again, then straight into the downstairs room that I'm going to be telling you about. Now, don't do that unless you're sure that the door is open. It's usually locked, but it'll be, I mean, someone will be down there today, so if you want to go around that way, you can. Or you can go out the front door and you can go to the left, down those stairs, in the building that way. Again, if there's someone downstairs to let you in and you don't want to go down these windy stairs, that's the other way down. Okay, now you know how to get there, right? So you haven't been there before, don't leave today without having gone down there to see what I'm talking about. That large room downstairs, I'm going to call it, I'm just going to refer to it as the basement, is usually used for the discussion group that's held at 10 on Sunday mornings and will begin again officially next week. Check out the UUFF calendar for more details. On one wall of the large room is a large bookshelf, and it has a variety of books that I assume have been donated through the years by members. Some are fiction, some are nonfiction, some are adult books, and others are kids' books. There have been a variety of other items on these shelves, like binders or empty or full binders, cassette tapes, VHS tapes, and such. The notebooks and the non-book items have been moved recently to that little room that houses the fellowship archives. And I've been in close touch with our archivist, Ann Pritchard. I have not just dumped stuff in that room, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the room. All of those rooms downstairs, those little rooms, are the kids' rooms, and they're wonderful. So, take a look in them. But what I'm talking about is the big room with one wall that's a bookshelf. I wanted to organize the books on the shelf to make it easier to find books we could read and enjoy, and to let you know why and how to donate books that you no longer want to own. So I went to Renee and I told her that I wanted to organize the books in the downstairs bookshelf, and she said, "Great, Enoch's in charge, talk to her." And so I did. I found that we were on the same page with our desire for the books. Now, there is sorry, I'm losing my place in my notes. There are other shelves in the small rooms downstairs and more books in various places in these rooms, known as the kids' classrooms. We have left those books entirely alone. They're still down there in those rooms in the same way that they were. Still with me? Enoch and I visited about an organizing strategy and our personal timelines. Right now, she's working and in classes, and I'm going out of town next week for a few weeks, so we wanted to organize what was there ASAP, so that's what we've done. We met downstairs and started organizing what was there, including the books in boxes sitting by the bookshelf that had been recently donated, and there were shrink-wrapped sets of books by E.M. Crawley, and they're on your chair. I want you to take them with you. Do not leave them here. And I say that because we have a few of these books on the bookshelf, but there had been sets of these books in shrink-wrapped 5s, times 5 on the shelf. So we had a whole bunch of them that were not accessible at all because they were all shrink wrapped. I opened those all up and I put them on all your chairs. Please take them home. What to do with them? Well, of course, you can read them. But they also represent wonderful topics that you might want to journal yourself, or you might want to use as meditation. You can use them any way you want. You can give them to people if you want, whatever. But take these with you. Do not leave these here, okay?
They don't have to bring them back, right?
Oh, don't bring these back. You're getting it. There's another series that are on your bookshelves too that are also by this E.M. Crowley. Now, I don't know him, but I'm sure he was a person who was a member here at one time. I told you I've only been here a short time, so I don't know the history of how long or where everything came from. But I know that we have several copies of these, so I put these out for you to take. Okay, now let's see if I can find my bookcase. Yes. Okay. All righty. Organization. How? Good question. By the way, neither Enoch nor I are librarians. Now, the past, or the future. Got that? We are not librarians. We're organizers. That's what we've done, okay? If anything you want to change, you can do that on your own. Got it? Okay, I just want that to be clear. We're not, hard and fast with any of this, but what we're through with the organizing of what was there. Is that pretty clear? Okay, thank you. We're not librarians, but both of us are voracious readers. I don't know when my reading addiction began. I do remember that before I could read for myself, I would ask my mother to buy me those little golden books when we were at the grocery store, and she would do it. I remember my father would bring me Bobbsey Twin books from the bookstore on Mountain Street that was located there in the early 50s. My father grew up in Fayetteville. That was before our family moved from Fayetteville to Phoenix, Arizona, and he read to me before I could read for myself. I also remember my mother threatening to tear up the next book I brought home when I was in high school because all I wanted to do was read. And my husband would tell friends that I had the Ashland Public Library in my handlebar bags when we bicycled around the world together in 1994-95. Trust me, that was not true. But I did always have a book to read and another one to read when I finished that one, because it wasn't always easy to find a book in English in Thailand, for example, and I had to be reading a book. And now I volunteer at the Fayetteville Public Library weekly shelving books, so I'm still totally addicted to reading books and admit it. So, how did we organize the bookshelf downstairs? Well, in the United States, the two main ways to organize libraries are the Dewey Decimal System and the Library of Congress. Both of these systems achieve the goal of arranging and organizing materials in such a way that facilitates a way of finding them. That was our goal. Thank you, Tressa. She's showing you now. We didn't practice when. I just gave her the materials and she put them on. Okay, so this is the way it's organized right now. We created our own system, okay? We're not using Library of Congress or Dewey Decimal. This is our system, thanks to Tressa. I asked her to create the slides, and there's a list and color code posted downstairs by the bookshelf. Speaking for myself, I'll say that classifying each book is a lose-lose task. I've changed my own mind about how a book should or could be classified again and again and again. So, when you look at the shelf and you think to yourself, well, I would have classified this as that. Yep, no doubt. We would have differences of opinion. Like I say, I changed my own mind about the books we found downstairs. So if you find yourself upset of any of our classifications and you want to make changes, go for it. I already said that, right? Yeah. We aren't librarians, I said that, and we aren't tied to the classification choices. We are, however, finished. Okay, you heard that before too. Well, we both wanted that the books would be used a lot and often, that you could find books and enjoy them and return them easily on your own. So I created a color system with tape and dots, an idea I got from the system used at the Fayetteville Public Library. Remember, there are only 3 primary colors and 3 secondary colors, plus black and white. So there are some repetitions. Do note the organization chart, and there's one posted downstairs. Remember, take 1 or 2, read them and return them in a week or more. No. Take 1 or 2, return them in a week, and get more. What if you keep them longer than a week? What if you want to take more than 1 or 2? What happens? Nothing. It's just that you keep someone else from reading the books that you have. So take a few, return them quickly, and just be considerate. What if you have books you want to donate? Great. Bring them in a box, put them in the small room by the outside door that houses our archives, and Enoch or I will color tape them and put them on the shelf when we have the time. Enoch works and is in classes, and I'm going out of town for a few weeks. So remember again, we're not librarians, just organizers. What kind of books should we bring? Bring books you've enjoyed and are through with, and that you want to share with others in our fellowship. Now, not right this minute, but if you can at all, please go downstairs, see what I've been talking about before you leave today, because I think you'll remember what I've said better and be more likely to find books if you look at them today. That's our aim. Also, downstairs in the hallway, you will see a small shelf of kids' books. They are arranged simply by height. Tall books are at the bottom and indicated at the bottom binding in white. If you'll look at the books, you'll notice that there's an indication on the back. And if you don't see a little white indication, leave it where I can find it, and that's a fingernail polish. That was my husband's idea, and that works. But just, that's how you'll know. All the books that are here right now, aside from these 2 which you're taking home with you, all the others are going back on the bottom shelf of that small bookshelf in the hallway, okay? Remember when you were a kid and you went to a birthday party and you took a present and the host gave you a favor to take home with you? Today, your favor for attending this celebration of the new bookshelf organization is the book on your chair. Spend the next few minutes looking at the variety of books that are on your chairs. Bring them back downstairs with you and put them on the small shelf in the hallway, and keep the Crowley books as a favor. Happy reading.
Thank you so much, Annette and E, for the work that you have done on our lovely little library. And I can't wait to bring some of my books up here to give downstairs. That'll be great fun, and to see what you all bring. Let's sing our closing hymn, I've Got Peace Like a River. It's number 100, and you may stand as you are willing or able.
I've got
Wonderful. You may be seated. Melly and Ollie, will you extinguish our chalice?
Yes, pay attention to your children. Mine's over there going, Mom, Mom, like I'm singing. Mom. The words are here in your order of service. We extinguish this flame,
but not the light of truth, the warmth of community,
or the fire of commitment.
These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. E, will you offer our announcements? And I have one when you're done. I have an announcement when you're done.
Okay. So the announcements are on the screen and in your order of service. Looks like we are closed Monday, tomorrow, for our holiday. The Covenant group is also canceled. We've got a few things like Grounds Work Day, Justice Team meeting, and next Sunday, our Religious Exploration Hour is coming back. So, yeah, woo. So at 10, feel free to go downstairs and take part in that discussion. They're always real interesting topics. We also have a Being UU class offered September 24th at 6:30 if you guys are interested in learning more about UU, UUFF, or becoming a member. So register to attend, and the link is in the weekly email. And I also would like to make a special announcement that this has been a year since Renee has been with us. So, anniversary. Been our minister for a whole year.
Thanks. Thanks. It's been a pleasure. It was a year ago today that I signed the contract, so it's a pleasure to be your minister. One more announcement from me. 2 weeks from today is our ingathering. It's our water communion. And what that means, first of all, it's also Choir Sunday, so if you're a member of the choir, 2 weeks from today. Water communion is where we kick it all off for the fall, and you will bring water from either a trip you took this year or your gym, or I'm bringing water that I had set out during the eclipse. Actually, my friend set it out, but water from the eclipse. You can bring water from your house. Last year, someone brought water from a hospital where they spent time. So you may bring water anywhere, and I have the water from last year too. So we'll gather it all in a bowl and mingle the waters in 2 weeks from today. So please bring some. Okay. Thank you so much for being with us today for this service about books and backpack blessings. When we are frightened, when we are trying new things, when we are taking bold steps into the unknown, our collective power to bless and embolden, to share love, to share courage, to share hope and joy and determination and friendship and books is nothing to sneeze at. And like you heard me say in the opening, books and love are nothing short of life-giving and life-saving. We mustn't forget that. We are powerful. And what we do here at UUFF is important. Thank you for the care that you give to each other in our spiritual home. And thank you for the care that we give to each other in our collective Northwest Arkansas and beyond community. And dare I say, our global community. Huge blessings to you at the start of this new year. So go downstairs, check out the library, and take a book home with you. Thanks for being here today. I love you. Namaste.